Welcome to Let's Go Racing. I'm Dani Gibson here with Dick Jerardi. On today's show, we're going to recap some local races at Parx. We talk with the one and only jockey Jackie Davis, Kentucky Derby points at Turfway Park and Louisiana, and two Parx horses try to defend their stakes wins at Laurel Park. All these stories and more. Lots of stuff going on in the racing world nationally and locally.
Yeah, we're getting to the finish line of the Derby preps. We got a couple more we'll get to today. We got 3 more next week. But yeah, locally, a lot of action. Dani, were you at Laurel Park on Saturday?
I was. I went on down 95 to Laurel Park, and we made some noise.
Yes, you did. We'll discuss.
Well, let's get to our local race of the week. It was Parx Picks, Monday's 5th race, maiden special weight for 3-year-old fillies going 6 furlongs. Favorite's going to be the one with the most experience, Mischief Maxie.
And coming off a 60 buyer, just missed, lost by a neck, John Service, Frankie Pennington, as you said, a daughter of Maximus Mischief.
And 2 second choice here, but let's talk about Untouchable, which was your selection.
Yep.
Michael Moore, a homebred for Daniel McConnell.
Yeah, look, this was a bit of a sentimental pick. A Fleet Alex, it's been 20 years as a daughter of a Fleet Alex, and again, a good breeding. The question is, would she be ready first time out?
Yeah, there's some fillies in here we could see jump up and do big things. Here's the call on Monday's 5th race.
Mischief Maxie has the lead. Champagne Mischief to her outside. She's making some headway. She's a length back into second. Olivia Mavis under a drive. Music Clarification, Untouchable, she's improved into 4th. Then Brightness, now the trailer. They go through the far turn. Mischief Maxie still has the lead, 46-1. Mischief Maxie gets asked for a little bit more. She is responding. She pins her ears and kicks clear. On the outside, Champagne Mischief, Olivia Mavis, Untouchable down the center of the track, getting in gear late, but it is Mischief Maxie. 16th left, she's keeping them all at bay. And Mischief Maxie, her experience pays off. Front-running winner.
Mischief Maxie and Frankie get it done. We had a lot of rain, so it was a sloppy track, but pretty cool. He won with a filly by sire Maximus Mischief. He rode him when he was on the Kentucky Derby Trail, and just this horse had the most experience over the other first-time starters.
Yeah, look, Frankie and Maximus Mischief were perfect together when Maximus was a 2-year-old, right up through his Remsen. I mean, they were great. It was, as I've said many times, best 2-year-old I've seen here since Smarty Jones. He was a star. Thought Untouchable ran okay, finished 3rd. Be interesting to see what Mike Moore does next. Now, this is a New York bred. It's a $50,000 purse here. It's more for New York breds. Wonder if they'll maybe go up to Aqueduct if that's the kind of race for a New York bred up there.
Yeah, could see her shipping up there. Well, let's go to our next race. This is Tuesday's 4th race, an optional claiming $16,000. 7 furlongs is the distance, and our favorite is Real Conviction.
Kind of like a horse named Real Conviction. I mean, you're serious about things. Not only the favorite, but 1 to 2, Dani. It's like the race can't lose. Well, maybe that doesn't always work out that way.
And Bottles, second choice. This was my pick on the day. Some by Liam's Map.
Yeah, this is Smart Angle, Dan Ryan, Mike Pino. This is a really good combination. They've won a lot of races together through the years.
We'll see if they keep it going here in Tuesday's 4th.
And Bottles with the lead with a half-mile left to go, 23-1. They head into the far turn. Bottles maintains that advantage. Superness chases in 2nd. Real Conviction 3rd. Okie Den Den 4th. Then it's McCurgan and the Blue Blinkers. He's in 5th. Nothing yet from March into April. He'll have his work cut out for him to close. And the freewheeling Bottles takes them into the far turn. Bottles has the lead. The half, 47 flat. And Bottles, Real Conviction, he's in 2nd. Superness, he's back into 3rd. Okie Den Den. McCurgan's making a big move. He's in 5th and beginning to gain. Marching into April under a drive. It is Bottles. His lead is dwindling. Real Conviction has his sights set on him. Okie Den Den down the center of the track. He's full of run. Bottles has the lead, trying to hold off Okie Den Den, and Real Conviction, and Bottles is game on the lead. There's the 16th left. Bottles, Okie Den Den gaining. Bottles is looking for the wire, and Bottles is going to get it.
Bottles gets it done with jockey Adam Bowman. Look, this horse has a big, long stride. He was able to carry that, coming off that maiden win. I think this is going to be a really consistent horse here.
I don't doubt it. I mean, the last 2 couldn't have been any more impressive. Maiden 10, and now the starter optional claimer. And speaking of hot, Mike Pino, he's like 40% at the meet. I mean, my man is on a roll. We'll get to him a little bit later.
Oh, yes, we will. His horses look awesome. We're going to go to our first break. When we come back, DJ is going to talk to Jackie Davis, who grew up in horse racing and works in horse racing. We'll get to that after this break.
It's happening again. Those missed tackles are starting to stack up. Your friends pleading with players who can't hear them, sweating it out week after week. But not you. Why? Because whether they score or not, there's always another way to win on the Parx app. New casino users score up to $1,000 bonus back in their first 24 hours.
The question a lot of people are asking themselves these days is, do I buy new or do I buy pre-owned? Here's what I'll tell you. New car inventories are still low and new car prices are still high. However, with the certified pre-owned Nissan at Chapman Nissan, we have a huge selection and you can save thousands over new. Plus a 7-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty, roadside assistance, 1-year prepaid maintenance, and so much more. And not for nothing. Can you really tell the difference? I can't.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Well, the Davis family has been in horse racing for years. The dad, Robbie Davis, jockey, brother Dylan Davis, sister Katie Davis, and Jackie Davis, and she's been here at Parx riding this winter.
She has been here. Now, she's been here before. I actually had forgotten about it. She was top 10 here in 2014, so a decade ago. She rode here in 2015, too. And she said they're the first family of horse racing. I mean, to have a dad, a son, and 2 daughters, all as jockeys. And Jackie's a great interview. Here's my interview with Jackie Davis. Jackie, if I'm doing my math right, 17 years you've been riding. Do you still enjoy it as much as when you started?
Yeah, I actually feel, well, I'm much more experienced now,
Right.
so there are a lot of different emotions involved, but I actually feel like the first year I was riding. Yeah, I feel that excited about racing and horses and the people.
In a year like this year where you've been so close in so many races, but what is that like? Because you've obviously been in a winter circle. I counted like 900 times. What is it like when you just can't quite get there?
Oh, that's a great question. It is, the best word I could describe that is aggravating. But when I finish second, I go back, I watch the replays, and as long as I'm doing everything absolutely right and I have no excuse, it's still aggravating, but because we all want to win. Right. But as long as I do my job properly and put the horse in the right position, I've got no complaints.
Has that changed from the beginning because you now know the reality of the game? Maybe at the beginning you're thinking, man, I should have won, but you know sometimes it just doesn't happen.
Well, there's always an excuse usually. In the beginning, I used to be very hard on myself. Right. I used to be very difficult, and because I'm a perfectionist, and obviously being a woman in the industry, I have to minimize my mistakes. And there's always, oh, what if I did this? What if I did that? But you can't dwell on the little things or else you won't move forward in the industry.
I looked it up. Between your dad, your brother, your sisters, over 6,000 wins at the Davis family. What does that mean to you to have all those wins together?
I am so proud of my brother and sister and my dad for the career he's had, and both like Katie and Dylan, they're both growing as riders and they're moving up in the industry, and I'm just blessed and proud.
How many times have you ridden against the two of them when you guys have been in the same, the three have been in the same race?
Oh, we've ridden a bunch together and in a bunch of racetracks, and we're so competitive, and it doesn't matter where we finish in a race as long as we beat each other. We want to win, obviously, but we want to beat each other the most.
What do you like about this place now that you are here?
I always like the camaraderie. I like how everybody feels like they're happy to be here for the most part. You know, it's racing, it's tough, everybody gets aggravated. But I like going out in the morning. I feel like they're happy to see me, which is a great feeling.
How much fun to talk to Jackie. Her energy alone, she gives so much competitiveness out there on the track, and she's a lot of fun to talk to. Real horse person through and through. Yeah,
no question. Again, I wrote about it on Let'sGoRacingParx.com this week. Her whole career, I mean, she's closing on 1,000 wins. Her family's won over 6,000 now, counting her dad, her brother, and her sister. And she's just cool people, as you could tell. You told me, you said she's going to be a great interview, and she was. She's been really good. And it's been weird because she hasn't been able to win here. She's been second and third a lot. She's just been unlucky, and you can't make slow horses run fast. But she'll be heading back to Finger Lakes, where she's always in the top 5 or 10. Yeah, and we're always rooting for Jackie. She's just great for horse racing. Well, let's get back to some more local races right here at Parx. We're going to take a look at Tuesday's 8th race. 3-year-old fillies, optional claiming $16,000. Tag, $26,000 purse, 6.5 furlongs is the distance. Western Woman, who doesn't like a Western Woman, post-time favorite. At 4 to 5 for our man, Steve Krebs, the Krebsy with the 4 to 5. We love the Krebsy. My selection, Rock Me Gently, coming off the claim, the PA bred. Lupe Guerrero, and we love our little bit of Lupe. He's been having a pretty good run here.
He has. Here's the call.
Majestic Joe has a tenuous lead, neck back. There's Rock Me Gently, Western Woman getting a little bit closer. She's going to join those top two. Then it's back to Vicky Vale. She's in fourth and a long way back to Sister Mary Lou. They continue on down the backstretch, half mile left to go. 22-3 the opening quarter. On the inside, Majestic Joe. On the outside, Rock Me Gently in the red blinkers. Western Woman, she's in third. Then it's back to Vicky Vale, who's beginning to improve, and nothing yet from Sister Mary Lou. She is way at the back. She can see them all. They go through the far turn. Majestic Joe running a big race to the inside. Rock Me Gently puts her nose in front. Vicky Vale, she's in the clear and having to check just slightly on heels. Western Woman, she was behind the top flight. They go through the far turn, the half, 47-1. Rock Me Gently, she is shaking off Majestic Joe. Western Woman in tight on the outside. Vicky Vale, Rock Me Gently. She has the lead. Vicky Vale chases on the outside. Western Woman continues to run on gamely. It is Rock Me Gently who's opening up. There's the 16th left. Rock Me Gently. She's well clear of Vicky Vale, who's closing well for second, but Rock Me Gently gives Paco Lopez 3 on the day.
Rock Me Gently and jockey Paco Lopez. We'll talk about him as we continue on, but easiest of wins. Really nice filly by Golden Lad. I think we'll see more of her as well.
Yeah, it's interesting. First off the claim, the horse had run 9 times, and they finally said, hey, let's just step in and claim. Turned out to be a good idea.
She's a filly that the light bulb went on.
Yep.
Well, let's keep it going with the girls. We're going to take a look at Tuesday's 9th race. PA Breds going 1 mile. $41,000 is the purse, and the Goddess of Snakes post-time favorite.
Easy for you to say, Danny. This is a daughter of Street Boss 50. Lifetime starts, 4 wins and 9 seconds.
Miguel used to have her, so that's how I know her. He called her Snockies, but we won't tell anybody about that. Dancing Diana, second choice for Chucky Lawrence shipping in.
Yeah, Dancing Diana and Michael Sanchez. Michael Sanchez, does he ever win races at Park?
He does, but he's going to get the tables turned. Here it was, Tuesday's 9th.
More Ransom and the Goddess of Snakes, those two on fairly even terms. More Ransom now has the advantage, but the Goddess of Snakes is under a tight hold. Mama Pick, Dancing Diana to her outside, 3rd and 4th. Then it's Moon Boots, and on the outside, improving a bit, the Archer or the Prey, just about 3 or 4 lengths, covers this tightly bunched tail. Field tip to tail, and it's More Ransom with the lead with a half mile left to go. 48-2 for the half. More Ransom, the Goddess of Snakes on the outside, the Archer or the Prey, she continues to advance. Dancing Diana, she's in 4th. Mama Pick, Moon Boots is now 6th and last. They go around the far turn, and the Goddess of Snakes has reclaimed the lead to the outside. More Ransom, the Archer or the Prey, trying to sustain her rally as they go through the far turn. The Goddess of Snakes doing it well within herself now. She's been unleashed a little bit to the outside. More Ransom's holding second. The Archer or the Prey, Dancing Diana, has no room in at the rail, and it's at the top of the stretch. The Goddess of Snakes has the lead. Now Dancing Diana is making up some ground on the far outside. The Archer or the Prey, Moon Boots getting in gear late, but it is the Goddess of Snakes who's slipping clear. The Goddess of Snakes has the 16th left. Paco Lopez going for 4 on the day, and the Goddess of Snakes wins comfortably.
And jockey Paco Lopez guides the Goddess of Snakes to the easiest of victories, gave him 4 wins on the card. We'll talk about him more later. Scott Lake and Maloof, what the team right there.
Yeah, there you go. Been a long time between wins, but they got it done.
They certainly did. Well, let's go to our national races. We're going down to the Fairgrounds, the Grade 2 Louisiana Derby, 3-year-olds, Kentucky Derby, points on the line, 1 mile and 3/16. John Hancock, one of the many Brad Cox 3-year-olds, post-time favorite.
One of the many live ones, undefeated in 2 starts. Hasn't run particularly fast yet, Danny. 9-5 favorite, coming off a win in the Sam Davis.
2 second choice horses, but let's talk about Caldera for D. Wayne Lucas.
About our man Wayne, live again at 89. He's already got 1 in after he won the race at Colonial. Look out for our man D. Wayne.
As much as I love Michael McCarthy, I'm rooting for another Wayne Derby win before his time is over. Here it is, the Louisiana Derby.
John Hancock was made a very easy early lead as they go to the back of the track. And on the outside is Yenzer, who follows John Hancock and built his 3rd with the Rail Furio alongside running in 4th. Chunk of Gold settles into this run here in 5th. Then on the outside is Caldera, who's next in 6th. Farther back to Vassimo with Hypnus, Tistastic, and the trail remains instant replay. The quarter for John Hancock, 22.99 seconds. A half mile for the front runner, 46.84 seconds. And now they're in the vicinity of the half mile pole here in the Louisiana Derby. And it's still John Hancock. John Hancock continues to lead. Yinzer on the outside is Furio, who's coming with a bid, and Bilt is right there too. John Hancock as they round the far turn. 3/4 in 1 at 11.03 seconds. John Hancock tackled by Bilt. So Bilt is building momentum. For Jose Ortiz, here's Bilt, who's on even terms with John Hancock. As these two battle to the top of the stretch, Chunk of Gold is right there. Tis-tastic. Furio has dropped back. Hypnus, and on the front side, Fassimo. As they straighten away, instant replay is moving from out of the backfield, but it's Bilt. And Bilt has taken the lead here for Jose Ortiz. It's Bilt in front. John Hancock has given way. Right there is Chunk of Gold between horses. And on the outside, Tis-tastic as they come past the 16th with Joel Rosario. It's Tis-tastic now pulling clear from Chunk of Gold. Instant replay. Tis-tastic on top of the Louisiana Derby.
Tis-tastic getting the win. Steve Asmussen, Joel Rosario, son of Tiz the Law. We just watched him win the Belmont a couple years ago, now with babies on the Kentucky Derby Trail.
Yeah, it was the backward Belmont, right? It was the Belmont that started the Triple Crown in the COVID year of 2020. It was very weird, but yeah, Tiz the Law was a very good horse for Barclay Tag. It's the 5th Louisiana Derby win for Steve. 10,838 career wins, Danny. 0 for 26 in the Kentucky Derby. It's the elusive Kentucky Derby. He's won them all. Preakness, Belmont, Breeders' Cup, Horse of the Year, Rachel Alexander, Curlin, all of them. Gun Runner. Poor Steve. Get him a Derby.
We watched it get ripped from his hands with Epicenter that year.
3 years ago, I walked back across the track from the turf course where Danny and I watched the Derby and saw, I can't.
Rich Strike.
Thank you. And I looked at Steve and I just shook my head. He just said, I can't believe this. Epicenter had the race won until he didn't. Maybe this will be Steve's year. Hopefully it will.
Hopefully it is. Well, let's go to Turfway Park, the Grade 3 Jeff Ruby Stakes. Always makes me hungry. A mile and an eighth. And our favorite is Poster.
Poster, I mean, you got to love a horse. 9 to 5. Owen Hardy. I wasn't really sure why this horse was favored. Had never been on the Tapeta. Had run a good third in the Sam Davis. I don't know. You tell me why this horse is favored.
Well, how about second choice, California Burrito? There's got to be a story to this name. Burritos running in stakes races.
Yeah, who names a horse California Burrito?
It's cute.
Seriously.
Here it is, the call of the Jeff Ruby Stakes.
Charlie's to Blame has the lead. Innovator chases the pace from second, and California Burrito sets up shop in third. Baby Max is fourth inside of Maximum Promise. Calling card from the rail, Curvino to the outside, 3 or 4 wide entering the backstretch. Poster's in a good spot. He gets to save ground. He's in the 2-path. Giacoso tries to make an early bid, getting within 5 lengths of the pace. He's Not Joking, little shy of 7 from the front, joined by Flying Mohawk. And Final Gambit is the last of 12 as they race up the Turfway Park backstretch in the Jeff Ruby. Charlie's to Blame, 3 parts of a length to Innovator. California Burrito with an early bid heading into the turn. Baby Max is saving ground. Poster continues to improve his position. There goes Giacoso with a wide run, and he's getting in contention with 3 to 5. Maximum Promise is trying to quicken after him. Flying Mohawk begins to gear up. He's hitting his best stride. Curvino's under a drive. They're going to Final Gambit, and He's Not Joking. California Burrito has come away with the lead at the top of the lane in the Jeff Ruby, and Giacoso is chasing after him, and Maximum Promise is hitting his stride. It's California Burrito, Giacoso. Here comes Final Gambit to the far outside, rolling home like a good thing. Check out Final Gambit and Luan Machado. They win the Jeff Ruby Stakes.
Final Gambit getting the win. Look, Luan Machado, say what you want.
Yep.
He knows Turfway Park. That is a track that he knows well and gets the win there for Brad Cox.
Yeah, you don't see Brad Cox and Juddmonte too often at 15 to 1. The horse coming off a maiden win, but the deal is, likes Tapeta, right? Son of Not This Time. Think of some of the offspring from Not This Time. Epicenter, we just talked about it.
Yep.
Cogburn, great turf sprinter. Next, he wins at 1,000,000 miles. Up to the Mark is a great turf horse. And This race has actually given some interesting Derby horses in recent years. Go way back, the great PA bred Lil E.T. was in this race way back when. Animal Kingdom won this, won the Derby. More recently, Rich Strike was third in this race. Two Phils won the race and then finished second in the Derby. So, and last year, Seize the Grey was in this race, and we know what he did. He won the Preakness and the PA Derby.
So could be a race that sets up for a Triple Crown winning horse.
Keep it in mind.
Well, let's go to Maryland. 3-year-old fillies in that $100,000 Beyond the Wire Stakes, that one-turn mile, and our favorite is Onyx 10.
Yeah, Onyx 10, solid. Gary Capuano, good numbers, 1-2 in a row. But Danny, the story here is, I mean, are they insane? 29-1 on burner account? Don't they know who they're dealing with here? With the hot barn, Miguel Rodriguez barn, and I mean, Holiday Luck Racing? What?
Coming off our big mainline win. Well, we'll see if we can turn the tables and defend our title. Here it is, the call to Beyond the Wire.
Central casting down to the inside, 3/4 of a length from burner account. Onyx 10 is getting closer at will from third position. Then Moon Cash outside of that, keeping up from fourth. Another 5 lengths back, Safe Trust is on the chase there from fifth, has 7 to make up. My Charm and Beautiful Bloom trailing the field. Still 1-2 Central casting burner account. Moon Cash trying to bid up on the outside, third position, putting more heat on that pace as 3 are across the track now. About 3 furlongs left to go. Onyx 10 ridden for more, has 5 to make up. They race to the top of the stretch, more than 1/4 of a mile to go. Central casting with the lead roll as they turn for home. Central casting, Moon Cash there on the outside, meaning business, shifting in a little bit, but coming to a narrow lead as burner account is third and battling. Onyx 10 at an even pace is fourth. Here comes Safe Trust on the outside, coming with a bit of a late bid as well. Furlong left to go. Moon Cash up top, 17-1. Moon Cash trying to stay on. Moon Cash, but Safe Trust on the outside. Safe Trust unleashing a run on the outside. Safe Trust, Moon Cash, yards from home to the second wire and Beyond the Wire. Moon Cash, Safe Trust, Safe Trust, Safe Trust, Moon Cash, Fano.
All right, lots going on here, but Safe Trust is the winner via DQ. Moon Cache doing some bumping, made it really tight for a burner account as well. We didn't object, we probably could have, but Safe Trust up for the win, burner account with a solid third. Very proud of her.
I was impressed with how she ran, Danny. Look, on the far turn, got kind of in between horses, had to drop back, and I'm thinking this might not be good, but she kept running, and I think with a little better, a little more comfortable trip, maybe she's even closer.
Yeah, really encouraged by that, and we all look forward to see our burner account take another step forward. We're going to take another break, but Jockey and Trainer of the Week when we come back, and Best of the Rest, you don't want to miss it.
Turning for Home is a nonprofit that has provided for over 4,000 former racehorses with a safe retirement.
These brave warriors do so much for the fans, and we want to make sure they're taken care of.
It's a group effort by all the owners and the trainers, and we've helped so many horses.
Responding to the need of a better system that addressed the uncertain future for the retirement of the equine population at Parx Racing, the PTHA rallied horsemen to support the program.
It's awesome. I mean, these are the things that we deal with every day that put us into the game and make the game great. Without the horses, we have nothing.
Turning for Home became the first on-track retirement program at a year-round racetrack.
Aftercare, it takes all of us, and every single person is responsible for it. These horses give us everything on the track. It's up to us to give them everything off the track.
If you would like to help these amazing animals find a great second career and forever home, please contact us at turningforhome.org.
This is Parx.
This is how you roll, this is how it goes. This is how you pop, this is how you rock. Take a chance, do a dance, little romance. This is how you win. This is how you excite, this is how you all night. 360 hit me, now we're going all in. I can feel it calling, the crowd, the light, the night, the sights, the vibe is right. This is how you, this is
Parx, Pennsylvania's #1 casino experience. This is how you win.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. It's time for this week's Jockey of the Week, brought to you by NovaCare. Congratulations to Paco Lopez. He rode 4 winners on Tuesday's card at Parx Racing, making him our Jockey of the Week. Jockey of the Week sponsored by NovaCare, the power of physical therapy. Now let's go to this week's Trainer of the Week. The PTHA proudly partners with the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. Congratulations, Mike Pino keeping the winning streak going. Multiple wins, his barn's on a roll. The PTHA proudly partners with the Tunnel to Towers Foundation to bring this week's Trainer of the Week. It's time for another Turning for Home family photo to share with you. Show Some Skin, an Ontario bred, retired a 6-time winner by Lou Linder, now lives in Massachusetts with her adopter Frank. He just saw something special in this mare, and they have a companion and a friend for life enjoying the trails up there in Massachusetts.
I love that run around Massachusetts. Love Boston, one of my favorite cities in America.
Frank and Show Some Skin enjoying each other. Well, let's get to best of the rest. Lots of great races. Let's go down to the fairgrounds. The Grade 2 New Orleans Classic, a mile and 1/8. The return of Breeders' Cup Classic winner Sierra Leone, but he's not going to have an easy trip.
He's not going to have an easy trip. He's the 7. He's fairly far back in here. Now, he had an abscess foot, which caused him to miss the Saudi Cup, so they're a little late to the party here. Touch Upon a Star, the Louisiana bred, owned by Jake Delhomme, the 5, is loose on the lead. And they are not going to catch this horse, Danny. And this horse loves to win. 15 wins in 21 lifetime starts. And he's a son of Star Guitar, who started 30 times and won 24 times. So we're talking a lot of wins. Race of his life for Touch Upon a Star. Sierra Leone ran 3rd. I wouldn't be too concerned about this. So he got a 103 to run 3rd. It's the first race of the year. Long way to go.
Yeah, Tim Thornton said he was so excited when he got the lead and the ears were pricked.
Sure, I think they thought they were going to have some competition up front from Hall of Fame, and it just didn't happen. And when he got loose, he was just gone.
Nice win for local connections. Well, we're going to keep it going at the fairgrounds with the Grade 2 Fairground Oaks 3-year-old fillies, $400,000. And Brad Cox, he unleashes good cheer, and Luis Saya is just waiting to ask her to go.
Yeah, this is all about good cheer. We talked about her last week. She's by Medaglia d'Oro, has been an unbelievable sire through his career, and she's never looked like anything but a winner here at the 7 at 2 to 5. Going to end up winning by 3.5 at the wire. She's certainly one of the favorites with the Kentucky Oaks. She's undefeated in 6 starts. So that'll be her next race.
She's just so consistent, getting better and better. Well, let's go back to Maryland at Laurel Park, the $100,000 private term stakes. 3-year-old boys going a mile 16th, and Baby Dukes for Butch Reed. He's out there on the lead.
Yeah, running well, 13 to 1. He's the 6. He's out there. He's battling. He's not going to be able to hold on. Paid Billy with all the numbers from Michael Gorham. I mean, just had 83 buyer figures. Not going to get beat here. Wins by 3.5 at the end. Baby Dukes holds on for 3rd.
Yeah, pretty good race there. Well, let's go to this week's PTHA Trophy race. It was Tuesday's 5th race. Claiming Horses, 7,500 going a mile and 70 yards. Julio Carrera is back riding, back in the saddle. Here comes Rack-a-Tap Tap.
At 27 to 1, Danny? I mean, really? Is this horse really going to get up to win this thing at the wire by a head? Yes, he is.
Pretty cool, classy son of Tappet, and I caught up with the winning jockey.
What a finish. We're here with jockey Julio Carrera. You are back riding, and you put on a great performance today. Take us through that last part, because he was rolling.
Thanks God for the victory. I feel I got a lot of horse in the half a mile. Just I'm trying to follow the pace in the stretch. He responded really well.
All right, nice to see Julio back in the saddle. Good win for him. Ion Racing, lots of going on. Lots of stakes at Gulfstream Park and Oaklawn Park.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm going to play that contest down at Gulfstream today. I've got to get involved here, Danny. But yeah, Florida Derby Day. Sovereignty will be your favorite. Now, unfortunately, Junior Alvarado just got hurt. He had a fractured shoulder blade. So Manny Franco is going to deputize. Probably going to be the favorite here. I think Todd Pletcher is live in here. He's only won the Florida Derby. How many times, Danny?
8.
8. Well done. See, you're
that was a total guess.
No, Tappan Street I like a little bit. So, yeah, good race for sure. And Matticat Road for Baffert, I thought his last work was awesome.
You've been saying.
So dangerous. Arkansas Derby. This is fascinating. Cole Battle, right? He's the one. Everybody's loving
the
what he's done.
emotional pick.
Yeah, for sure. And I said, after Cornucopian broke his maiden at Oaklawn, I texted Baffert, said, any chance? He says, well, it's a little tight to get to the Derby, but man, he's got a great foundation. What did I say to you? He'll be in the Arkansas Derby. Here he is. Now, the name to maybe forget, possibly for a while, is Barnes.
Okay.
He was the one I really liked. His last 2 works were not good. He got outworked by Cornucopian, and then he really got outworked by Rodriguez. Not entered in anything, so my guess is we're not going to see him on the Triple Crown Trail. That's my guess. Nobody's said it yet. Also today at Oaklawn, the Oaklawn Mile, Saudi Crown, our PA Derby winner, is back and running.
Well, lots of action to bet on today, that's for sure. And of course, DJ and I are going to try to make you some money after this last break.
The Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association is the advocate for Parx Racing's horsemen and has worked hard to secure better lives for the hundreds of trainers and their families that work in the thoroughbred racing industry. Our horsemen benefit from medical coverage, trainer pension plans, and increased purses. Thanks to these horsemen, racing at Parx is the very best, providing entertainment for you and the entire family. The Pennsylvania Horsemen are proud to be part of the community and introduce a new generation of fans to the sport of kings.
It's happening again. Those missed tackles are starting to stack up. Your friends pleading with players who can't hear them, sweating it out week after week. But not you. Why? Because whether they score or not, there's always another way to win on the Parx app. New casino users score up to $1,000 bonus back in their first 24 hours.
Welcome back. It's time for Parx Picks. We're going to take a look ahead to Monday's 9th race. Fillies and mares going 6 furlongs. Nice purse here too, $50,000. So solid field. Look, I'm going to go with Kate DeMassey. Been real busy. Her and Frankie Pennington. This horse is coming off 3 wins, but this horse is just improving each time. Daughter of Speightster. Really, this horse was just visually impressive last time, and I think she's just dominant here.
I got into the game as a numbers guy, Danny, and that's never changed. I'll go with the top buyer figures. Valiant Majesty, 71 buyer last time, has a 76, has the speed. Been running really well. Claimed by Josue Arce, who's been on a pretty good roll. See if Valiant Majesty can get the lead and keep going.
She's one big girl too. When she gets out there, they're hard to catch her. Well, let's see what Craig Donnelly has for you guys.
My top selection for Monday is in the 8th race, number 7, Never Till Now. This horse, after a 6-month layoff, had more traffic than a suburbanite on the Schuylkill at rush hour. He was blocked repeatedly during the race, despite the fact that it was just a 5-horse field, was beaten just over a length, and really was best in the race. The first 2 finishers were both from Kentucky, ridden by jockeys that are very familiar here, Paco Lopez and Mike Sanchez. So I expect Never Till Now to get a much better trip and get the job done in the 8th race.
Well, thanks, Craig. And make sure you check out the Gate to Wire podcast this week. We had on Tyler Service. Pretty interesting interview, too. We talk about just his life as a trainer and the balance and, you know, everything he's learned.
And we first met Tyler 21 years ago when he was just a little kid with Smarty Jones. He's no longer a little kid. He's a man, and he's a terrific young trainer.
Absolutely. And the racing community mourns the loss of a rising star. Harness driver Hunter Myers tragically lost his life at the Meadows in an accident. And our jockey colony and racing community had a moment of silence after the first race on Monday. So thoughts to him and his family.
Yeah, just so sad. I mean, so much promise. He was one of the really hot rising young stars in the sport. Yeah, just tragic.
Yeah. Well, that wraps it up for this week. Thanks for watching us. Come watch us here at Parx. We are Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. 12:40 is First Post. We'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching on Let's Go Racing.
Off and racing in the Parx Pennsylvania Derby in a flawless beginning, and seize the ray. He's going to seize the day in the Pennsylvania Derby. Here comes Torpedo Anna. A 16th left to go. Torpedo Anna. The Grizzly has the heart of a lion. Torpedo Anna gets the win. A narrow victory in the cotillion.